From That Park Place, Universal 2026 Military Annual Pass now available, cheaper and longer lasting than Disney's offer. This by Ron Bradley. I think we know Ron. November 14th, 2025. Universal has announced its Military Annual Pass offer for 2026, priced less than half of Disney's with fewer blockout dates and encompassing a longer usage period. With America's 250th birthday on the way in 2026, both Universal Orlando Resort as well as Walt Disney World are offering active duty and retired military personnel deep discounts, especially priced annual passes as a thank you for their service. Disney has announced these offers on Veterans Day via the Disney Parks blog. Universal then announced the military annual passes on November 13th. Now, this is very interesting because there are really big distinctions between the offers here. And I think you know where I'm going with this, Ron. Universal Orlando Resort 2026 Military Freedom Pass. Yes, they're offering a pass for all of 2026. I think it's even longer than a year. Is now available for purchase to all active duty and retired military personnel and their families. And from it's wild because their offer, let me see if I actually have it. It's a $220 Freedom Pass that includes Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios Florida for the year for $220. Now, there are some blockout dates. That doesn't include Epic Universe, but Epic Universe, if you want to go ahead and get in on that, well, you will be able to buy special one-day tickets to Epic Universe at a special price if you do have a Freedom Pass. And guess what? You can add on Volcano Bay to that as well. Versus Disney's offer, they're offering tickets at nearly double the price, even over in some cases, depending on your options and what you actually include with your pass. And that's the big difference, folks. And that's what I kind of want to focus on. Ron, were you as surprised as I was when these discounts were announced? The disparity between the offerings, between, offering a pass and offering tickets. Look, I don't want to make any broad allegations, but I don't know. Universal, it seemed like they're taking care of the troops there a little bit better than Disney, at least in my opinion. Please, Ron, what's you?
Well, when I was looking at the story, the one thing you do have to note, got to make note of that when the offer is made to Disney, it's for 4 parks versus 2 parks, but technically 3 That's parks true. because the 3 parks at Universal are for $255 versus the $220. Just adding on that $35, you also get into Volcano Bay, incredible water park, by the way, what's unique about that in a very odd year situation, Universal is not offering Volcano Bay on their annual passes specifically because it's going to shut down for extended refurbishment at the end of the year. So for the military pass, the military is actually the only ones that can get an annual pass that has Volcano Bay in it because it's blocked out from the time it closes to the end of that pass position. So that it's a unique pass in the fact that it is active. If you buy it now, the pass is active from now all the way until December the 18th of next year, which is a much longer period than Disney is offering, because Disney's offering starts on the 1st of January 2026 and also ends on December 18th. So it's a little bit shorter. There's more blackout dates with Disney. The blackout dates with Universal are like the Christmas season this year, and then a little bit like 1 week of spring break next year. Whereas I think Disney's blackout for spring break is 2 or 3 weeks. So it's they're really showing appreciation for the veterans. It's the semi-quincentennial year. Bicentennial is so much easier to say.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think it's a good thing. It's always, it's definitely a good thing that Disney is reaching out and trying to do something. But I believe that their similar offering is $499, which is more than twice the price of the Universal offer, or just a little bit less than twice the price if you add Volcano Base and veterans. And by the way, it extends to military personnel, veterans, and their families. At Universal. I think it does at Disney too, but there are some. It looked to me like Disney might have had even a few more restrictions when it came to how service ended or something. I didn't quite understand all of it, but because I haven't been in the military, but it's a really good offering that Universal has, and for those that do want to experience Epic, they can just add that on for a day when they come in.
All right, culture. You surprised by this? I mean, look, this a freedom pass is a lot better than a freedom ticket. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Disney's been falling down in my opinion. You don't have to agree with me, but when it comes to military veterans for a long period of time, I think their support of Shades of Green and everything else that has been something that they've tried to tip their hat towards for a long time has been disappointing. Their treatment of the guests that are that are in and out of that resort and other situations have left me wondering what kind of leadership Disney has now and why they don't respect the military the way they used to. But I will say this, at least there are some offerings that need improvement. If Disney were to go back to how they used to treat the military veterans, I think everybody would be more on board with Disney. Disney doesn't realize that, we have a level of reverence in this nation for our military and the military service that people are giving of their own volition, and they need to reconnect with that. And again, it comes down to the political nature of this company. It's completely colored by politics rather than to honor the people who make this country great, to make the opportunity for their country to succeed great. And I think that's something that a lot of us are a little frustrated with. And at the same time, across town, some of the offerings that I've seen for military personnel has been extraordinary, and I'm looking forward to what more will be offered, because I don't think they have any plans of stopping or coming up short. I think that Universal again probably acknowledges more so than Disney that they have to maintain excellent contact with the community at all times in order to be successful, and Disney has just taken that for granted.
There's no question about that, and I do wish that Disney would do more in this arena. And it's encouraging that for the 250th anniversary that they are doing a lot more, and they have highlighted Americana to the extent that they have. But if this is a company, folks, that used to be all in back in the day. I mean, for the bicentennial, we were still living with stuff from the bicentennial. Like, for example, the electrical water pageant still has its America segment in there. That had its origins back with the bicentennial. America Sings, then made into Splash Mountain. That had its origins with the bicentennial right there. The Electrical Parade had its own finale segment with that had to do with Americana. The America on Parade, which was like the longest and biggest in the company's history. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. And while soaring over America, and these veterans tickets are excellent. They should be doing that. Yeah, I think Universal has said you can do a lot more, and it's. At least there is an alternative offering more to the people most deserving of it.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.